How long should it take for you to lose the weight you want? Now, everyone's got a different amount of weight to lose. You know, if you want to lose 5 kilos, 10, 15, 20, everyone should have a different time frame. The one thing you shouldn't do is expect it all to happen within 4 to 6 weeks. Everyone does these 6-week shredding programs, or they go on a 12-week challenge. As good as they are for immediate results, and as good as they are to, kickstart some habits, they're not long term. Okay, so what you need to be doing is setting a program and setting a realistic time length that you're going to get proper long-term results on that isn't going to screw you up long-term. And what I mean by that in terms of screwing you up is when you do these 6-week challenges, sometimes you starve yourself so much, you get such good results, but within 6 weeks you put more weight back on because your metabolism crashed. It was so much easier once you stopped the challenge to go back into a calorie surplus. You piled that weight on twice as quick, and now you're in a worse position because your metabolism is now slower. Yeah, and that's just one example. And that was a big ramble. But the point is, when you're setting your expectations at the start, set them realistically. So what is realistic? We base our guys off 0.75 kilos of weight per average per week. Okay? Now, it isn't massive, but if you want to lose 15 kilos, that's going to take you 20 weeks. That is really realistic. That allows you some time for your body to plateau in certain aspects, for you to have some bad weeks, which everyone does, for you to have some inconsistencies. But on average, if you stick to that, your fat will be dropping, your muscle will be building. That 0.75 kilos per week will be a good average. And some people don't hit that all the time. Some people are a bit less. They're at the 0.5 kilo range because their body ends up putting on a lot more muscle, so they don't lose all the weight they wanted anyway, but they get to the point they're happy with because they've dropped all the fat they wanted. It's just now they have more muscle mass. Okay? But that 0.75 kilos we found is a really, really good starting point. So if you've got 30 kilos to lose, expect that it's going to take a while. Expect that it's going to take 40 plus weeks. And that's fine, it's not an issue. And that's a worst case scenario because 0.75 kilos isn't that hard on average. Yeah, so if you set this and set your expectations to that length, if you get there quicker, it's only going to be better for you. Yeah, but if you set yourself to try and lose 30 kilos in 15 weeks, when you don't do it, when you get to week 10 and you've only lost 12 kilos, which is awesome by the way, but you've lost 12 kilos, you've still got 8 to go, you're going to get real miserable and give up just because you're not going to hit your goal based on these unrealistic expectations. Yeah, so set long-term expectations. Set expectations that you can hit. Okay, think about it. How many years have you been overweight? I always say this to guys. You've been overweight for the last 4 or 5 years, sometimes more. And if you've got 30 kilos of excess weight, chances are you've been overweight for a good 8 to 10 years. Yeah, the fact that we get to bring it off within 40 weeks is pretty unbelievable. If you can't have the balls to stick to something for 6 months, 8 months, 10 months, you don't deserve to lose the weight. Yeah, if you're that impatient that you're not willing to do the hard work, then stay the same weight because you don't deserve to get it off. Yeah, I know that's harsh, and sometimes I say a lot of these harsh things, but it's so true. And for the guys that want to lose 15 kilos in 8 weeks and get disappointed when it doesn't happen, you're not willing to put in 5 months of work. 5 months is nothing. That's from the end of summer to the start of summer. You can lose all that weight, and get that summer bod that you really want. Yeah, get those abs for the beach. Yeah, it's absolutely nothing. In the middle of the year when you're not doing anything anyway. Yeah, very simple stuff. Set realistic expectations. 0.75 kilos per week we've found is a pretty good average. Takes you into account both fat loss and muscle gain. Don't be too disappointed if it's slightly under. You can be ecstatic if it's slightly over. If it's way more than that, you're most likely losing a lot of muscle mass, so you don't want to be too much over that. Otherwise, take it as it comes. Don't expect so much from yourself. You'll enjoy the process a lot more. All right, that's me done for now. Cheers.